The word struck me like a punch straight to the stomach. I think the baby should have Ethan's name. Sarah's voice, calm but certain, cut through the stillness of our kitchen, where only the faint hum of the refrigerator had filled the air. Her eyes, usually soft and bright, slipped away from mine, fixed on the floor instead. I froze, the mug in my hand trembling, its warmth mocking the chill creeping through my chest. Ethan, her ex, the man she promised, was nothing more than a memory. And now my wife, 7 months pregnant with our child, had just cracked open something deep and dangerous between us. I couldn't tell if I was falling apart or already in pieces. The smell of burnt toast hung in the air, mingling with the lavender candles she lit every morning. Her ritual, her comfort. I set my cup down, the sound of ceramic on countertop echoing too loud in the quiet. "What did you just say?" My voice came out low, frayed, fragile. I wanted her to smile, to laugh it off as some sleep-deprived mistake. But instead, her shoulders went rigid, her arms folded protectively around her belly, like she was shielding the baby from what was about to happen. I think it would mean a lot to him," she murmured, every word measured, as if she were tiptoeing across glass. "Ethan's been through so much, and he's been there for me, for us, more than you realize." Her eyes flicked up, then away again, and that quick glance, that refusal to meet mine, was like a splinter I couldn't pull out. More than I realize? My mind started spinning, replaying every late-night call she brushed off as just catching up, the long pauses at the door when Ethan stopped by, his too casual grin. I forced a laugh, brittle, hollow. "Sarah, this is our baby." "Ours, not his." The words scraped out of me, heavy with disbelief. Anger and confusion twisted inside, fighting for air. I wanted to shake her, to make her tell me everything, but the sight of her standing there, fragile, expectant, her auburn hair falling over one shoulder, stopped me cold. Was she serious? Was this hormones talking, or something much darker? Something I refused to see? She sighed, the sound carrying the weight of guilt, or maybe exhaustion. I couldn't tell which. "I know it sounds strange, Jake, but Ethan's been a friend. He's helped me through things." Her voice cracked, and she turned away, scrubbing at the sink like it could save her. The faucet dripped in a slow rhythm, plink, plank, matching the pounding in my ears. I thought back over the past year. Her late nights at the gallery, those endless weekends at her sister's, the way her laughter had grown faint, like an old song fading out. I'd blamed it on pregnancy stress, the fear of change. But now every memory felt like a clue I'd been too blind to follow. "How did he help you?" I asked, stepping closer. The linoleum was cold beneath my bare feet. Morning light slanted to the window, catching the tiny motes of dust that floated between us. She said nothing, just kept scrubbing harder at a spotless sink. My heart thudded, each beat a question I wasn't sure I wanted answered. "Were you hiding?" I remembered Ethan's name lighting up her phone, the message I caught a glimpse of, the one she deleted before I could read it. I'd trusted her. I'd trusted us. But trust, I realized, is paper-thin, and ours was starting to tear. "Sarah, look at me." My voice was sharper now, slicing through the tension. She turned, her eyes glistening, her lips trembling. "Why his name? Why now?" I hated how desperate I sounded, how small the kitchen suddenly felt, the air thick with everything unsaid. Her mouth opened, then closed again, like the truth was too heavy to carry. Silence stretched between us, suffocating. "He's been there when I needed someone," she whispered at last, barely louder than the drip of the faucet. "When you were working late, when I was scared about the baby, about us." Ethan listened. Her words twisted like a knife. In that moment, I saw every late night I'd spent at the office, telling myself I was building a future for us. Maybe I'd left her alone too long. Maybe this was my fault. Or maybe it was betrayal, plain and simple. I dropped into a chair. The wood creaked beneath my weight. "What are you saying, Sarah?" My mind spun out of control. Images I didn't want flooding in. Her and Ethan laughing, whispering, touching. I wanted to demand the truth, but fear rooted me in place. What if the baby isn't mine? The thought seeped through me like poison, staining everything we built. Every memory of her smile, her touch, now looked different. Wrong. She stepped closer, reaching for my hand. I pulled away. The move was instinctive. Pain flashed across her face. But I couldn't bring myself to care. "Jake, it's not what you think," she pleaded, voice shaking. "I love you. I do. But Ethan, he's part of my past, and he's helped me work through things. I owe him." Owe him? The word stung. For what? And why did that debt involve our child's name? Process what? I snapped, standing now, fist tightening. The walls seemed to close in, the air growing heavier by the second. "What aren't you telling me?" Her silence said everything. I looked at the ultrasound photos pinned to the fridge, the ones we cried over together, dreaming of the life ahead. Had those dreams ever been ours at all? She took a deep breath, her hands resting on her belly. "Last year, when I lost the first pregnancy, I didn't tell you everything. My heart stopped. A miscarriage, one she'd never fully told me about. I thought we shared everything." I whispered, but she kept going. "Ethan was there," she said, her voice trembling. "He held me when I couldn't stop crying. You were at that conference, and I didn't want to worry you." The words blurred. The room spun. A hidden loss. A secret. Ethan. Each truth was another brick in the wall growing between us. I wanted to ache for her, but the anger was louder. "You went to him instead of me?" My voice cracked. "And now you want our baby to carry his name?" Tears streamed down her face. Quiet. Endless. "It's not about him, Jake," she said softly. "It's about me. About honoring what got me through." But her voice rang false, a half-truth wearing empathy like a mask. I took a step back. The distance between us felt like miles. My gaze landed on the candle's weak flame, flickering, dying. "Like us." And then she said it, the words that destroyed everything. "I don't know if the baby's yours." Barely a whisper, yet it roared in my head, drowning out everything else. Time stopped. The candle, the kitchen, the dripping faucet, all vanished into silence. I stared at her, the woman I loved, and saw a stranger. My knees nearly gave out, but I stayed standing, clinging to the counter for balance. The truth was out, raw and bleeding, and there was no undoing it. And yet, even as everything shattered, something cruelly clear settled over me. I still loved her, even now, but love wasn't enough. Not anymore. I grabbed my keys. My voice came out small. "Empty. I need time." The door slammed behind me. The sound cracked through the quiet like a gunshot, and I wondered if I was leaving her, or just finally walking away from the lie we'd both been living.